In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and with it we seek help. May peace and blessing be upon our Master Muhammad. May Allah bless him and grant him peace. My fellow teachers, welcome and welcome to a new training from the beginning for mastering in using the learning platform of Ibn Khaldun Education Company. And with you, your brother, the trainer, Mr. Muhammad Saad Wadi, the computer teacher at Ibn Khaldun Primary School, Ilyasmin National for Boys. In the beginning, what are the requirements to start working on a learning platform? A desktop or a laptop, microphone, speakers, and an actual webcam or fake webcam by installing the Sparkle Cam program on your device. Any fake webcam and not real camera. To eliminate the device that a camera is attached to the device. You should also use the Google Chrome browser only to work on the platform and make sure that the browser is constantly updated by entering the browser and under the close button for browser at the top right of the screen there is an icon with three dots above some. We click on them and choose the help command. Then we choose about Google Chrome and wait until the search is done. And make sure that there are updates whether or not. After completing that, the browser is already up to date. We go to the address bar to type in the site name ta3lom.com and press the enter key on the keyboard. After you enter the main screen for our platform, the main screen of the platform appears in this way, and the interface language can be changed from Arabic to English or vice versa by clicking here. To start using the platform and enter it, we press login and go to the username and write the teacher's ID number. And then go to the password and write it, knowing that the default password is the teacher's ID number, but preferable to change it when using the platform for the first time. Then we press log in. After which, the main page for the teacher's account appears and a small message stating that the login data is correct. And a message also appears asking about whether or not to allow notifications to appear, so we choose allow. In the beginning, we enter the teacher's profile to update the teacher's data as well as change the password for the account because this is the teacher's personal account. And we change the password by clicking on this circle that has the teacher's picture in case the teacher's picture is changed, or this arrow next to the circle and choose the profile, and then the teacher's personal data appears, such as the first name, last name, email, date of birth, and upload a picture for the teacher if the teacher wants. Then we click on Update Profile button. After that, a message appears stating the success of the update. And to change the password, we press Update Password and three rectangles appear. The first rectangle, we type the old password. The second rectangle, the new password. And the third rectangle confirms the new password. We press the reset password button and a message appears to update and change the password. To return to the teacher's homepage, we click on the learning platform icon and logo on the top left of the screen. Now, what are the ways to enter to broadcast classes for the teacher? There are two ways to log in to broadcast a session. The first method is by clicking on the notifications on the teacher's homepage. Then a list of notifications for the teacher to start classes appear, and a new class notes appear at the top of the list, and we press it to enter to start the class. The second method, by pressing the My Calendar command on the left of the teacher's main screen. Then the class schedule appear for the teacher in the form of a day, week, or month. But we should pay attention that the schedule shows to the teacher its beginning on Monday as in the form, so that there is no confusion or error when the teacher review his schedule in status or modifications or change by the school administration. It is preferable to use the daily view, and the current day and date of the day are shown according to the Gregorian calendar. So the teacher's classes appear for that day and the current class on which a red bar or line appears. Then the browser starts to download. And a message appears asking for permission for the microphone and the camera. The microphone can also be closed for the teacher by clicking on this icon. And a slashing line appears on it. If we want to turn on the microphone or the camera, we press them again. Now we will complete the permissions and setting for our platform by clicking on this lock icon and choose the site setting command. We search for the camera, we choose allow. Also the microphone, we choose allow, and also notifications, we choose allow. And finally the sound, we choose allow. After that we close the setting tab only, not the browser. So we return again to the platform page and a confirmation order appears for the change we have made. So we chose the reload command. Then the page loads again. We wait until the page loads and pay attention that during loading the microphone and chat are already working and the students listens to the teachers even if the whiteboard hasn't loaded yet. So be careful. Now, what's the way to make sure that the microphone is working? Or what's the way to choose the microphone in case there are more than one microphone? We press this setting icon in the form of a gear and a screen appears to specify three things. The first command, we choose the camera And the second command, we choose the microphone. If we don't know the name of the microphone that works on the device, by pressing it and talking. When the microphone works, the frequency appears high and low, and then we choose it to work with. And the third order, the headphones from which we hear the student and the volume level. Then we press the end. Now, the important question, what are the methods of communication and interaction with the students during the broadcast of the session? There is more than one way. The first of which is to chat with students by writing. And the teacher can control opening or closing the chat for students, whereas the teacher can send any message while the chat is closed, and the word prohibited appears to students, indicating that he is not able to participate in the chat or send a message to the teacher or his colleagues. The chat window also consists of two parts. The first section is the chat room, and the second section is a list of students who are present and participating in the class. It is also possible to send files or pictures of assignments or worksheets to students through this tab. And also send expressions or drawing through the following button. We return again to the methods of interacting and communicating with the students through the whiteboard and its tools on the right of the screen. These tools consist of this arrow to select and click with the mouse. The second tool, the free whiteboard pen for handwriting. The third tool for drawing a square or rectangle. And the fourth tool for drawing a circle or oval. The fifth tool for writing by the keyboard. The sixth tool for the eraser to erase writing or graphics. The seventh tool for choosing colors for writing or graphics. The eighth tool for inserting a new page for the whiteboard to write on. The number of added pages appears here, and you can move among them as follows: the first page, the last page, the previous page, or the next page, as we see. The ninth tool, choose the hand to move the page and reach anywhere in case we want to move up or down. If we want the explanation in one page, it is also possible to enlarge and reduce the display on the board by clicking on the plus or minus sign as follows. Now comes an important question. How does a student see the presentation from the teacher's side Or how does the teacher share his scientific material with his students during the explanation? The answer is that the teacher can share his screen, a specific file, or a web page by clicking on this share screen tool. And a screen appears to choose what we want to share with our students and interact with them. First, share your entire screen and choose the image or screen, then click on it. It will be identified with a blue frame. If we want to share the audio of the device to students, in case the teacher plays audios or videos from the teacher's device or using specific software that has audio, put a tick next to the share audio command and then choose the share command. Thus, when you open any page or file, for example, it is visible to students and a notification appears stating that you are in sharing mode for the screen. Knowing that any screen or file that is opened appears for students, and in the event that the teacher wants to exit the sharing, we choose stop sharing. The second method is to share one specific file only. We click on the screen share icon and this time we choose application window so that only the files and windows opened on the device appear for us. Thus, in order for the file we want to appear here, it must first be opened in the taskbar at the bottom or behind the browser window. And we choose what we want and then press share. Knowing that the share button will not be activated before selecting the file we want, and we show the file that we have shared with students, and the file can be opened side by side next to the chat by minimizing the window in this way to let the chatting and the list of students appear. And on the right, a hand raising sign for the student who wants to share with the teacher. If the file is a PowerPoint, the file size can also be controlled as we did before. But the problem when you run a display through this tool appears as a full screen. This is a problem because the student list, chat, and raised hand are hidden behind the display. To solve this problem, go back to the PowerPoint file again and replace clicking on the full view icon displaying the file through this command to this icon, reading view. The display appears in full screen only in the specific area, not the full screen of the computer. The third method is to share an internet page now. If we open a new tab in the browser or another tab and want to share it, we open it first and through screen sharing we choose the third tab, the Chrome tab, and choose the tab we want. We also share the sound and then press share. There is another very important question. How do students communicate and interact with the teacher while explaining the lesson? A student interacts with the teacher by clicking on the hand raising sign from his device at home, and the sign appears here. The teacher presses it to show him the student's name. The teacher has the decision to agree or reject, and in case of rejection, the student's request is cancelled. to allow another student to raise his hand. But if the teacher approves the request, a window appears with the student's name and the location of the camera display. The teacher can control the microphone and camera for the student, either by closing or opening, and when the student's participation ends, the teacher closes the student's window to allow another student's participation. But pay attention that only one student can participate in the interactivity voice while broadcasting. The last components of the main screen of the live broadcasting share these icons for the network transmission and reception speed and network quality appear, as well as the timing of the beginning of the class explanation and starts from the moment the teacher enters the class, not from the beginning of the class timing. We pay attention when we are late in loading the whiteboard or the sharing area. We refresh the page from this tool, or by pressing the F5 key, or by pressing Ctrl plus F5 key together from the keyboard to refresh the page and wait for the page to load again, and we activate the page only in case of necessity and need. Finally, at the end of the lesson, we press on ending the class, but a very important information and a warning: we do not press to end the class until after the completion of the class. And in case of any malfunction or error during the session, we ask for technical support to solve the problem, because if you click on it and after solving the problem, you will not be able to enter the class again. And a message appears to you as a teacher that the class time has expired when you try to enter again. And now we have finished our training on تعلم platform. I hope I have succeeded in my training today, hoping to meet you in another training, inshallah. With my best wishes, Mr. Muhammad Saad Wadi. To everyone, wish you all luck. Goodbye.